One second, everyone. I can't seemingly find the stream that I'm on. There we go. Hello everyone and welcome to ILR4 PS4 tier. My name is Leon. I am a reserve commentator. Don't usually commentate in ILR. Well, I do, but as a reserve, and I am filling in for Cliffy tonight. So, yeah, you've got me tonight. It is round 7 today at the German Grand Prix. Hoping it's a cracker. I'm going to check the championship. I actually have the championship up in the background, and I will go through it in a moment as people are about to start setting the first lap times. A lot of people are on the medium tyre because the normal strategy is soft to mediums. If there's any problems with our microphone, please say. Will be quite handy. So let's have a look at the championship. Leading the championship is Dougie Falcons 97 with 80 points. Second is Dartbolt with 70. Third is I'll call him Rose Beef. Quote me if I'm wrong. With 66 points. Chazza, yeah, I think that's right. Chazza with 52, J. Cole with 49, Konzo 36, Campbell 34, Warlock 32, as well as Rinky Morris 32, Krypton on 27, Nigel, quote me if I'm wrong, is on 18, QVR Chill on 13, Joe, Hiensi, I believe. Quote me if I'm wrong again, on 12 points. Oshin, I believe that is, on 10 points. Luke on 8. OMG. Brett is on 7. Scott 6. Casper 5. I'll call him Evo on 2. And DeLuca hasn't got a point yet. Quickly go for the constructors. So Hassan winning with 119 points, followed by Ferrari 3 points behind. Then it's Rebel in 3rd, Sauber 4th, Williams 5th, Force India 6th, Mercedes 7th, McLaren 8th, Renault 9th, and Toro Rosso 10th. So as most of the lap times have been set now, mainly on the medium compounder tyre. The fastest is Casper, but Casper has set his on a set of Ultra Softs. Not a representative lap for the Ultra Softs. Obviously, anyone else out on the track going for a lap. Campbell, I believe, is on a lap and is 2 temps up. In the first sector now, coming into Mobile 1, is still up by 8/100ths of a second. Coming up for this left-hander, I forgot the name of it. Takes it very nicely through this left-right section, leading to the penultimate corner and the final corner, and he's pitting. QVR Chill's not on a lap, Warlock is not on a lap, Luke isn't, Brett, no, Scott, no, Konzo, no, DeLuca is. So I'll look at DeLuca. DeLuca, the only person not to score a point yet, I do believe, if I just looked at that correctly. I believe it's Sax Curb that is there, the curb, Sax Curb, not Sax Curb. But yeah, that's a corner he's just gone through now for the final corner. What can he do on a set of mediums? One's very wide out the final corner, and it was a 13.4, puts him in 10th. Krypton's not on a lap. Konzo is pitting as there are now 10 minutes to go. And Warlock pits. Anyone on a lap? Well, Wesker's here. I believe Wesker is a reserve and possibly the only reserve here. Crutzen is on a lap. Anyone closer to finishing one? No. So we'll keep on board with the Mercedes driver going through the Mercedes-Benz corner, funnily enough. And here through turn 9, I believe, the number 4. No clue if he's up or not. Gets very tight to the wall coming up into Mobile 1. Doesn't clip the wall, obviously. Otherwise, it will definitely impede your lap. Coming up through Sachs curve there. Done very well. A bit sloppy on the back end, but is able to control it quite nicely. For the penultimate and the final corner, what can he do? Will it be in the top 10? Oh, it's third with a 12.4. So, very close there at the top. I believe it was Oshin could be next. Or was it Dartbolt? Dartbolt on a set of softs coming through the Sachs curve now. What can he do? He is second in the championship, so needs a good result here. This could be a big turning point in the championship. Comes down the final corner. Will it be an 11? It is an 11.5, and that is provisional pole. A very impressive lap. Dougie Falcons, the championship leader now, is on a set of mediums coming through Sachs curve. We'll see what he can do. Don't expect him to be up there with Dartbolt because he's on the slower time, but can he go second on that set of mediums? It is a 12.5. Is actually gone slower. Chazza coming through Mobile 1 will keep on board, the Sauber driver. On a set of softs, previously on a set of mediums. So what can he do around the final corner? Can he get anywhere near Dartbolt's time? Runs slightly wide. It is a 12.1, puts him in second. Anyone else? Not looking like there is. Is Oshin on yet another lap? Through Mobile 1 there. He's only up by 0.4 of a second, so he's looking at around about the, if you can nail a lap, around about 12th. Bit wobble on the back end and has actually backed off and will pit. Scott has just started a lap. Konzo will be about to start one. Is Chazza on for another lap? Would be very interesting if they are. And Dartbolt's retired. Oh, with 6 minutes to go. That is interesting. Chazza around the final corner. What can they do? It is a 12.0, an ever so slight improvement, but it is an improvement. Bit confused at why Dartbolt has retired. Warlock is not on a lap. Scott is coming, or just gone through Mobile 1, and he's on a set of softs, so expect to see him most likely in the top 3. Coming for the penultimate corner, and now the final corner. What can he do? The Mercedes driver, it is a 1.12.6 and it's 8th. It's very close from 3rd down to 13th, separated by 1 second. Konzo, I believe, was close, but has backed out because he's on 0 ERS. Coming through the penultimate corner and is pitting to get ready for the final run. Warlock is on a lap, however. What can he do on a set of ultra softs? Expect to see him to go pole if he continues his lap. Coming up through Sachs curve now. I wouldn't be surprised if he pits. Coming up through the penultimate corner, and I was right. He does pit, doesn't want to start on a set of ultra softs, and it does slightly put it in the gravel, but no harm was done. And now Scott pits, so there's not that many people out now. Casper is Casper on a lap? Yes, he is. Opens the DRS on a set of ultra softs, so is he just hunting for pole position? We'll never know. Oh, we will know soon as he comes through the hairpin. Very nicely there. A little bit on the curb. Will hamper his lap time a little bit, and he's keeping it in overtake, which does drain your ERS a little bit more. So I don't know what his game plan is here as he comes through the Mercedes-Benz corner and turn 9. And after a mobile 1, will he run wide at the exit? No, takes it very nicely through Sachs curve. Oh, a bit shaky on the exit, and Chaz has now retired in sector 1 as well, possibly in the pit lane. Casper pits. And now it's time for when we get ready for everyone's final runs. People are already starting to come out the pits. The Red Bulls are getting close. DeLuca's just started a lap, so keep on board. And currently down in 13th, we'll need to improve. Opens the DRS. Reaching speeds of 206 miles an hour just before the braking for the hairpin. Doesn't go on the curb on the exit, that's very nice. The curb will hamper your traction. Through turn 7, flat out right. Coming up to the Mercedes-Benz corner where you brake, probably, I think it's just after the 100 metre board. Runs a little bit wide, that will hamper his lap time through turn 9. Coming up to mobile 1. Don't know if he's up or down on the lap. Through mobile 1, doesn't want to run wide, does slightly. Does tend to invalidate you if you do run wide. Now coming up to the penultimate corner and the final corner. It's looking like it's quite an aggressive, quite a nice lap around the final corner. What can DeLuca do? It is going to be a 1:12.0. So that puts him in second, just ahead of Chazza, who has retired. Anyone close to finishing a lap? Campbell around the final corner. What can Campbell do? Campbell does a 12.0 at the exact same lap time as Chazza. Wow. Jacob's just starting a lap. Dougie's just starting a lap. Anyone close to finishing one? No. Anyone? Krypton is rather close. Ooh, a bit wobbly on the exit there. Got on the curb, not a nice place, and it's backed off. Anyone else? There's got to be someone closer, or getting pretty close. Konzo, I believe. No. Oshin, I guess, through mobile 1. What can Oshin do? Currently down in P17. Through the penultimate corner now, through the final corner. What can Oshin do? It is a 1:11.9. And Ross Beef has beaten that by 1,000th. Please tell me if he's meant to be pronounced as Ross Beef. And now Warlock's on an 11.9. Wow, everyone's loving the 11.9s and the 12.0s, and now Dougie's on an 11.7. Anyone else? Scott around the penultimate corner. Pitts. I believe Casper is next, coming through Sachs curve. What can he do? Currently sat in 10th with a best time on the set of ultra softs. So not the best place. Runs wide at the final, or into the final corner. What will he be? That's grass, so it's not an improvement. Krypton around the final corner. What can Krypton do? Can he get on the front row? It's a 12.0. Anyone else? Chill, I believe, is on a lap. I believe Chill is the closest to completing a lap as well. Through mobile 1, he's up by 6 tenths. but that only puts him 12th as it stands, a slight improvement, and he can possibly put himself up into 4th or 3rd. Through the penultimate corner now, coming up to the final corner. It's looking like it's going to be pretty decent, possibly the front row. What is it going to be? An 11.8. And I forgot J. Cole's has gone second. Wow. Down to the bottom of the grid. Nigel takes pole with a 1:10.9. It is on the set of Ultra Softs, however. Next is, or the final person is Wesker through the final corner. What can Wesker do? Will this be around about the 11.9? It will be a 12.0, and that only puts him 4th. Wow. Jeez, that grid is close. From second to 14th is half a second. Like, wow. 12 cars separated by half a second. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So I'll go through the grid order. So Nigel, if it's wrong, please say, is on pole with a 1:10.9, but was on a set of Ultra Softs. Dartbolt second, J. Cole third, Dougie Falcons fourth, Chill fifth, Austin sixth, Konzo seventh, Warlock eighth, Ross Beef ninth, and Krypton 10th. And then outside the top 10 is DeLuca, Chazza, Campbell, Wesker, Casper, ONG, Brett, Luke, or Lukey, and Scott. Don't believe there's rain, which is a bit unfortunate. Bit of rain to spice up the race wouldn't help. Not wouldn't help, wouldn't mind, sorry. So as we are getting ready, we'll obviously have a formation lap, and as we get ready I'll have a look at everyone who's starting outside the top 10 and see what tyres they are on. So most people outside the top 10, like DeLuca, Campbell, Wesker, ONG, Brett, and Luke, or Lukey, are on a set of softs like most of the grid. And then we have three people of Chazza, Casper, Scott on a set of mediums, and then obviously we have the pole sitter, Nigel, on a set of ultra softs. No, DeLuca has been disqualified. I don't know for what reason. No one else has, and Scott has. So somehow they've collided. I want to guess from 11th and 18th they've somehow come to blows. But as we're coming through the Mercedes-Benz corner to round out the formation lap, I will expect Nigel to lead into turn 1, as he has got the quicker, well, not fresher tyres, but quicker tyres. There'll come a problem relatively soon though, because they are ultra softs and they wear out a hell of a lot quicker than softs do. But as we get ready, by now the AI would have taken control. As everyone's lining up. And then we have Scott and DeLuca already waiting for the grid. And everyone has started to line up ready for this German Grand Prix. So now we're just waiting on Lukey to round out the grid, and then we're about to get ready. Green flags are being waved. The lights haven't come on yet. There's a yellow flag somehow. But as we get ready, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go for the German Grand Prix, and it is Nigel with a better start. Dartbolt struggled to get off the line, but does keep P2 into turn 1. That was J. Cole going off because the Falcons made a slight error. There's 3 wide in the background between, that is Oshin, Rossbeef and Krypton. Oh, some slight wheel banging. The McLaren in the middle there, just being ping pong. Now as everyone comes up into the hairpin, there is something going on as there are yellow flags coming up into the hairpin. Who's that? That's Dougie going down the inside of Dartbolt. And that's J. Cole now. I think the 3 wide. No, it's just J. Cole and Dougie going side by side through turn 7. It looks like J. Cole's going to come out on top, maybe not. Dougie Falcons back down the inside and Warlock is out. I don't know what has happened, but Warlock is out of the Grand Prix. Dougie Falcons gets a position, and now the Hatties are going side by side. Still going side by side for a mobile 1, and it is Dartbolt who comes out on top out of the Hatties. A very hectic start to the Grand Prix. Warlock is out. I do not know what happened to him. Nigel's pulled it. Oh, what's happened there? Krypton stopped. He's got the glitch where he's just stopped on track. Rossbeef and Konzo going side by side now. There's a massive train behind them, leading all the way to the back of the grid. Through turn 1, they go side by side. And that is, I believe that was Wesker going a little bit wide in the background. Coming out down into turn, I forgot the corner number, oh well. Coming on to the straight, no DRS yet. Who's that in the background? Looks like Campbell's out of a move on Konzo. There they go for it, switches to the outside. It's going to be a lot more difficult. Has got the run though, but has to go on the curb, which will hamper him a little bit, and that's actually got the move. A very good move there by Campbell around the outside of the hairpin. And Konzo's kind of been left dumbfounded. Wesker just sitting there in the background. Wesker actually has wing damage. As anyone else? Oshin has wing damage. Anyone else towards the back? Scott has wing damage. Anyone else towards the front? No. So it is just Oshin and Wesker with the wing damage. Scott and DeLuca are battling, and Scott is letting through. And Scott is slowing down. Something has happened to Nigel. Nigel has lost a lot of time to Dougie. And DRS has now been enabled as we are on lap 3. As you can see them all rolling down the straight. Dougie's seriously closed up. Campbell's now past Rossby for P6, and that's Konzo down the inside. Out of absolutely nowhere. They're still side by side for turn 7. We'll go on board with Wesker. He's got the best angle of this. And they are still side by side. Oh, slight squeeze by Konzo. And Rossbeef is off the track. Now he's side by side with Wesker. Oh, they're still side by side. I'm on board with Casper now. Casper backs off. Wesker's going to try and keep it in there, but with the wing damage, I don't think anyone can keep it in around the outside of the tax curve. Now, back on board with the leaders. Dougie trying it around the outside of turn 1 of Nigel. And now has the DRS. And it looks like that's move done. And that Dartbot around the outside of Nigel as well. Gets that move done. Now it's J. Cole's turn. Nigel's lost the back end, and now it's definitely now it's J. Cole's turn. Nigel lost 3 positions there in the space of 3 corners. Oh, Jacobs broke late. Just give his teammate a slight tap, just to hurry him along a little bit. Nice little shot of the 4 cars, but Nigel's tyres are already starting to wear off. And he'll soon be in the clutches of Chill, who seems to be alone on track and hasn't really done much, as in battling wise. Yeah, Nigel's already starting to lose track of the leaders. Oh, and he's off into the gravel trap. His tyres have certainly died now. And he's off into the pits. Ultra softs were ultimately a bad idea. Now on board with Dartbolt, as Dartbolt will have the main straight. Oh, he's run wide. Oh, he's had an error. Oh, or something's happened. He's lost the position. Oh, he's lagged out. Well, that is interesting. Dartbolt has lagged out. Second in the championship has lagged out, so that gives Dougie a nice advantage if he wins this race. And then check who third in the championship was. Rosbeef is down in 7th, so perfect for Dougie to extend his championship lead. And Dartbolt has rejoined, but has also lost 3 positions and is currently down in P5, and he's probably going to lose a few more positions at this rate. Now drop to P6, P7, and Dartbolt's still not back in his car yet. Now it... No! He spun round! I don't even know what happened. I don't even know what's going on here. What? Is that rear left puncture? It's a rear left puncture. I don't know what is going on there. We'll just get off that for now. This is quite a large train from Casper going down to, that is Lukey. Westgate down the side of Casper. Casper has lost out, but Casper is on a set of mediums now. He's under threat from ONG Brett. Oh, Casper runs wide. Oh, and that's Chaz around the outside. Isn't able to get it. And the yellow flag is set to 3. I believe it's Dartbolt, and his AI really isn't in a good spot. Everyone has to try and take avoiding action of the Haas just sitting on the exit of the corner. Oh, that is Chazit just tapping the back of Brett, getting no damage though. Brett is closing in, but also Casper's closing in. The yellow flag is set to 1. I believe that could be Dartbolt. As Chaz has gone down the inside of Lukey and has got the move, I believe, or something's happened. Meanwhile, we're going on Dartbolt, and Dartbolt is going round at incredible speeds. Not at all in a risky place or anything. We'll see what happens here when he's near Dougie. So Dougie's coming through turn 1 now. And okay, so his AI is pulled off. But yeah, it's don't really know what's happened there. But here's Campbell on Jacob. bit too far back, but wasn't really pushing down the straight, so not really representative of his true pace down that straight. Looks very little train from Chill down to roast beef. Or roast beef, I don't really know, I think it's roast beef. Even if I'm even saying it right or not. Yellow flag set to 1 and 2. Set to 2 isn't... Oh, who's that? Wow, that's Chaz getting a bit close into the gravel there. Behind Prix. I need to make sure I'm not on Dartbolt anymore, because Dartbolt hasn't got the most exciting POV in the world. Yeah, Chaz. Oh, Jake Hall is out. What's happened? Is it turn 1? As Chaz and Brett are going side by side. It is turn 1. He's lost it on the exit of turn 1 and he's in the wall. So that promotes everyone who's third down up a position. Oh, Chill and Konzo. Konzo's just taken that third place off of Chill after going down the inside, I believe, of that hairpin. Will Chill go for it again? A bit too far back, in my opinion. And yeah, just is a little bit too far back. And won't be able to get the move done. More yellow flags in sector 2. I wonder why. Nigel and Oshin are doing some battling for P12. May as well keep in the race just in case there's more retirements like that. They're both from wide on the exit of Mobile 1. And Nigel seems to be really tucked up behind Oshin here. Won't go for it into turn 1. Major on the exit though. Down the inside of turn 3. Or turn 2, sorry. No, doesn't go for it. It's just going to try and get a slingshot off this straight here. There's a more yellow flags and I know what that is, so I'm not even going to look. But yeah, DRS should be fairly comfortable. I don't think Oshin is actually trying. Oh, he is. He's trying with his DRS. Meanwhile, Nigel isn't, and Nigel has got the move up into P12. Now there's quite a long train again from Westcott down to possibly Lukey Luke. If Lukey Luke can slightly edge into the 1 second margin. As Chaz is now all over the back of Wesker. So the mediums are starting to come into their own. Oh! And that's wing damage for Chazza as Wesker was coming into the pits. He slowed down. That may be reported after the race. That certainly is going to affect Chazza as Chazza instantly picks up a penalty for track extending. And now he's under threat from 3 cars in behind. Brett will be the first one to have a go around the outside fairly comfortably. More yellow flags, I already know what that is. There's a safety car? Oh wow! There is no way he's caused that. He's been waddling around for about 25 minutes and now he causes a safety car. What? This is the cause of the safety car? He's ghosting. Come on. Yeah, Jordan has really spiked up this race. It's now literally everyone and I mean everyone, is in the pits, getting new tyres on. Obviously Falcon were the first one out. You know, Jordan, if you could just get into the pits, please. I think that was Nigel with a stop-go penalty for speeding. Oh, well. How did you even get a puncture? Which is slightly confusing. Oh, you're going to keep driving round. It's AI, so it's not going to pit. Oh, yeah, it is. Way, finally, there's been no more yellow flags as Dartball Jordan's car is eventually coming into the pits at a whopping speed of 23 miles an hour. Still going 23 miles an hour in the pit lane. He'll eventually reach his pit box. There we go, a fresh set of rubber. Hopefully no more punctures. Right, so everyone's tucked up behind the safety car. Well, pretty much everyone. It's just now basically Scott to not get behind the safety car, so it could come in this lap. Probably not. Ooh, was that contact there between Brett? Oh, why's Brett not pit actually? I'm slightly confused at why Brett's not pit. He's not pitted. Basically, Matt, Jordan's AI car was going that slowly, it caused a safety car. It was going around the track at 23 miles an hour, and the safety car got called out. So hopefully it's in this lap, because everyone now, and I mean everyone, is tucked up behind the safety car. So there's no reason to go around again. We'll find out now as it crosses into the third sector. No, we're going around again. So we've got another lap behind the safety car. Well, the medium should certainly last a 20 lap distance now. A bit of aid from the safety car coming right when the softs are meant to wear out. Yeah, Brett pits, so that's going to put Brett literally at the back. Not as far back as Jordan, mind you. I don't think you can possibly be 8.5 minutes. What? 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 Okay, what? Brett's been disqualified for pitting. What is this race turning into? What? What? Oh, what is going on? What is going on? Any more glitches want to just appear out of nowhere? Oh, you was at the... Yeah, sure, that's not a disqualification, though. The safety car is in this lap, so Dougie now controls the pace. Won't be surprised there's a glitch whilst this is happening. Yeah, everyone seems to be going incredibly slowly, and for a set of mediums, they're going to be stone cold off the start. Dougie can go now whenever he wants. And it is now coming into the final corner. We can get the best traction zone as all the cars are now coming through. For turn one, will anyone spin off? There's a lot of people going wide. There's Wesker going down the inside of DeLuca. Okay. It's an interesting dive bomb. Oh, and that's DeLuca actually off. Oh, he's been half spun or something. Yep, Chill is too far away behind Campbell. And the top group remain the same. Rosbeef's just passed Conzo for P5, Wesker and Lukey went side by side. Will he send it back down the inside? Yes, he will. Forces Wesker off, and they both go off. Oh! And this time now it's Chazza to go off. Oh! What is... Jeez, what is this race? Now Casper's on the back of Conzo as we start lap 16. Small yellow flags. So what's happened to Lukey? He's taken the Pierre Gasly 2018 line and he's spun round. So that is effectively his race well and truly over, unless there's another safety car. We're on board with Casper, there's no DRS yet, but launches it down the inside. There seems to be a common habit around here. Doesn't even get the move. What is going on back here? They're about 4 wide. Oh, that's Oshin, who's found himself up in P9 somehow. Down the inside of Krypton. Oh, Lukey is out. Will that be a safety car? Probably not, because it's too soon. Oh, but Krypton and Oshin. Oshin is off and in the gravel trap. I won't be surprised if it goes 4 wide into that the final corner or something. And DRS has now been enabled. Dougie has put a 1.3 second gap, so he doesn't have to be worried. One person who may have to be worried is Wesker, but the gap is 6 tenths. Krypton is closing the gap, not close enough, but has closed the gap. To be fair, I wasn't expecting a large lunge. Well, I think Chaz has just jinxed what I just said, and Chaz is up into P11, I believe. That was a dive at the hairpin. And the clouds seem to be coming in rather quickly. So is there rain on the cards? Probably not. Lovely helicopter shot here. We've got Krypton closing in on Wesker. Casper sets the fastest lap, but Casper is on a set of softs, so I don't know why. Casper did start on a set of mediums. I just remember that Lukey has left the session, so Jordan, your AI car is now in 14th. You might get points at this rate with the amount of dive bombs. Krypton now is a lot closer this time than he was last lap. And I expect to see a move into the hairpin. He's closing, he's closing, he's closing. Inside or outside, switches to the inside. Brakes late, locks up, and gets the move though. That's Oshin and Chazza, and I believe Oshin's just been mugged around the outside. And Chazza's up into the points, but Chazza is on the set of softs. Oshin tried going down the inside, but couldn't get it. Now West Coast to try and get Krypton back before Krypton gets out of DRS range, and Dougie picks up a 3-second time penalty. I'll say it now, at the end of the race I won't be doing podium interviews, as it's not my right to, not my place to, as I'm only a reserve commentator. Actually, let's go on board with nothing's really happening with the top, well, second, third, fourth and fifth. But something might happen here with Nigel and Wesker. No. Something is going to happen here, I have got a slight feeling. And Casper picks up a 3-second time penalty. Wesker seems to be struggling in this slower section. Perhaps it is due to the downforce he is running, I don't know. Nigel one's very wide there. Wesker needs to close that gap on Krypton. Oh, and actually runs a little bit deep, so this allows Nigel to get really nice and cozy. Nigel's gaining on Wesker, and down the inside. Oh, just brakes before he hits the back of Krypton. On board with Chazza, and Nigel gets the move on Wesker, so Wesker's down into P9, sorry, and Nigel's up into P8. Slowly working his way back up after the horrendous start to the race. And let's go on board with Casper, unless Chaz is going to send it on the inside of Wesker here. No, he's not. Nice little train here for P2. Dougie's not that far up the road. But I am doubting that Dougie will be caught. So now on this straight. Is Rosbeef? No, too far back. Anyone close? Unless Nigel's going to launch it from 3 attempts back. Which he doesn't, surprisingly. Or unsurprisingly, sorry. Oh, what's happened here? Rosbeef is right behind him. There's now basically 2 different battles going on. Chill seems to be struggling with his tyres. Even though he is on a set of mediums, which is slightly weird. Can't seem to find his groove. Comes to sort of lap number 22 out of 24. Casper, that was a good save. Pop's pushing a little bit too hard though. As Wesker picks up a penalty, let's go on board with Rosebeef. Is he too far back again? I think so. Yes, he is. Meanwhile, Casper isn't. Casper switches to the inside and is already up into P4. Oh, two goes for the switchback. And wow, he's actually been able to out-traction the Force India driver or the Racing Point driver. Back down the inside of the Mercedes-Benz corner, side pod contact, and they are still side by side. There's yellow flags in sector 2, and they're still side by side. I believe it's Wesker or something's happened. Oh, and that's predictable, and Casper's off and into the gravel trap. So now everyone gets promoted into a place. And now Casper's got no wing damage, but is down in 12th with gravel on his tyres, and his softs would have been completely burnt out. And Oshin has retired as well. So that is technically the 6th retirement. In Grand Prix, only 12 runners remain. Oh, Nigel and Krypton. Nigel already around the outside of Krypton. Will Krypton send it back down the inside? Locks up. But yeah, Nigel with the superior traction on the outside, the hairpin, is able to scoop up P6 and is able to keep it. Will Krypton be able to take it back? We'll have to keep an eye on Rosebeef or Rosbeef, but he keeps losing time in that first sector, which allows Campbell to be safe down the straight. Is Krypton too far away? No, he's not. He's actually very close. As Dartbolt say, I's been lapped for about the 46th time. Oh, but that's given Nigel DRS. That isn't what Krypton wanted, but Krypton's still going to go for it, however, down the inside of the hairpin. And he also gets the move done easy as he likes. This battle I don't think will be over, and I think it will last until the end of the race. Meanwhile, the battle for second isn't really getting anywhere. It's just a repeat cycle of Campbell just getting a bit too far away down the straights. It's actually Krypton sets the fastest lap, but there's... Yeah, he sets the fastest lap, sorry. I thought he'd lost time, but he hasn't. Even though he is in a battle, he is gaining time, which is incredible. Will Nigel send it? He is within range. Krypton defends the inside, so have to try it around the outside. Scott sets the fastest lap. Tries it around the outside, cannot get it. Krypton touches the curb on exit. But no, is now too far back for the Mercedes-Benz corner. Still, nothing happening here. Dougie is starting to now get a further lead on Campbell. I know Dougie does have a 3-second time penalty, so he does want to try and get out that 3-second range, as there are now 8 laps to go. Nigel does seem to be struggling. but we're now DRS. Sorry for the yawn there, and slightly tired. Nigel will switch to the outside. Krypton, will he be able to defend? Nigel brakes later. Krypton will be allowed to squeeze him slightly. Oh no, they're both off into the wall. Oh, I said squeeze him slightly, not squeeze him all the way. And yeah, Krypton's out. And Nigel's front wing damage, so that puts Wesker up into P7. And that is our 7th retirement. I think even though Casper has had an off, I believe Casper will in fact get at least that point. Or 2 actually, in mind. Now the thing to look at now probably for the remainder of the race is this battle for P2 that isn't really happening. I don't see nothing else happening except for perhaps Konzo closing in on Chill. Campbell seems to get close here, but then seems to lose time everywhere else. Oh, Campbell, wait! I've not seen this. I've not seen Rosebeef pass Campbell. I've somehow missed that. But yeah, Campbell closing in on Rosebeef. No, not able to get it. Or Rosbeef. Campbell's closing. I don't know about the penalty situation, I'm not going to check. So, because I don't want to spoil the excitement at the end as lap 29 begins. Then we have got 6 laps to go. And Chill picks up a 3-second time penalty. Campbell seems a lot closer this time. And Campbell's able to swoop past up into P2. And Casper sets the fastest lap but is on a fairly fresh set of softs. I don't think anything else may happen. Scott closing in on Casper. That is a battle we can see. Scott is in the points. I don't think we'll lose points. Since he's 7 seconds ahead of Nigel and is closing in on Casper. Casper seems to be struggling for some reason or another. Even though he just set the fastest lap, I don't know if he's just passed Scott or not. not really closing in. And Nigel now sets the fastest lap. And now Scott opens the DRS. Isn't that far behind the Force India. And he's going to pull to the inside. Will brake most likely later. No, Casper brakes later. But Scott has got the line. Slight squeeze from Scott. And Casper goes on the curb, which will then give Scott the better traction. Oh, no. Huge crash. Jesus Christ, at this rate, Jordan's AI is going to get in the points. Oh, what's happening with Convo and Chill? Oh, not Convo, Conzo. So now going side by side up into turn 7. I think Conzo's got it though. Yep, will Chill go back down the inside? No. And that is the move done. And Conzo is up into P4. Got Wesker closing in on DeLuca. Wesker has had a very up and down race, to say the least. Now, can he close in? Seems to have lost time, so I'll take that as a no. Anyone in the top 3 could win it. Rosbeef is quickly outside that 3-second window of Dougie, however. But this DRS should just bring him back in it quite nicely. Which it does. I don't know about the penalty situation, but that's Campbell running a little bit wide. But yeah, I think Rosbeef is a little bit too far behind, and he is. Wesker also is a little bit too far behind. Let's give Dougie a bit of stream time. Has literally led pretty much from start to finish. He's probably led more than 75% of this race. The safety car definitely helped him. Just came at the right time, basically for everyone. But it was just to assert that Dougie could stay in the lead, and he will extend the championship lead. And I don't know if he can win the championship next round. There'll be 4 rounds after today. No, there'll be no way. I think no, the gap will be 35. No, it won't. The gap will be, at the moment, if it stands, it will be 24 points. And Rosebeef will go second, and Dartboat will drop, obviously, for not finishing. But all he has to do now is take control, not bottle it. And he should be fine. This will be his 3rd win of the season. Most wins out of anyone this season. And all he has is 1 more lap. And he's now got that more than 3-second window. So basically this guarantees his win, as he now is about to start the final lap. So this has happened to Campbell because he's lost so much time and won't have an ability now to pass Rosebeef or Rosbeef unless he makes an error. But yeah, basically just an outstanding drive from the Ferrari driver, and helps in the constructors as both Hasses haven't finished and the Ferraris are 1st and 4th, so possibly could be somewhere different depending on penalties. But yeah, in the not Toro Rosso race, in the constructors race, Ferraris have done quite well. And in the driver's standings, Dougie is extending his lead as he comes through the Mercedes-Benz corner for the final time. And now through the final sector for the final time, the number 64 Ferrari. Hasn't bottled it like Vettel, I don't believe he will. But now around the penultimate corner and around the final corner, Dougie Falcons will win the German Grand Prix by either 9/10 or 3.9 seconds. It is 9/10, as Rosebeef did not have a penalty, and Conzo gets third, so it is a double podium for the Ferrari boys. It is Campbell 4th, Chill 5th, DeLuca 6th, Chazza 7th, Wesker 8th. Nigel will get 9th. And Casper will get 10th. So basically everyone who finished got a point. A lot of non-finishers today. And Nigel gets 9th. And just got Casper, who I think has had a very rough season. I think he's down in 18th with 5 points. It's not gone too well. But it is 3 points finishes in a row, a 10th, an 8th and a 10th, so it's an improvement from the start of the season, and he crosses the line in 10th. I'll go through the final classification and then that will be it. So, Dougie Falcons is your winner, and Rosebeef is second. Conzo third, that is your top three, a double podium for Ferrari. Fourth is Campbell, my driver of the day, 13th to 4th, very impressive. Would have been even better, but lost the podium on penalties. 5th, Chill, 6th, DeLuca, 7th, Chazza, 8th, Wesker, 9th, Nigel, and 10th, Casper. That is your finishers and your top 10. Non-finishers were Scott, Dartbolt, Krypton, Oshin, Lukey Luke, J. Cole, Warlock, and OMG Brett. So that has been it from ILR4. You will most likely not see me for another couple of weeks when a commentator is missing on a Thursday night. No podium interviews, as I'll leave Cliffy to do that next week. So from ILR4, we'll see you next week.